Have you ever dreamed about success in your future? From the very beginning of the existence of mankind, we constantly strive for a better, more beautiful and more perfect. How to succeed in life and become a happy and independent person? Everyone, regardless of their state of health and material status, at least once asks themselves about this. Achieving success requires more than just being born in that place or in that time. At first, you need to understand what success is for you. Generally, the concept of success is seen stereotypically. It is often defined as popularity, wealth, or fame. But is it really so? Who decides what success is for you? Society, press, family, or friends? Of course, all of them influence our vision of success. But sooner or later, you will have to formulate your own concept of it. Nowadays, most organizations require that their employees have certain abilities that allow them to do their jobs effectively. For example, photographers must understand how different camera settings and lighting affect the photo, and computer programmers need to know how to use programming languages. During training, we usually pay attention to cognitive skills, which are measured by habitual exams and IQ tests. And it is the basis for work. But creativity, empathy, communication, emotional intellect, it's all about soft skills, which we use every day. According to the analysis of Association of American Colleges and Universities, 93% of employers said that the ability to think critically, to explain in a simple, inaccessible language, to solve complex problems, more important than the degree received at the university. Minerva University in San Francisco holds the same view. They have developed an alternative educational program. It intends to give students knowledge, not diplomas. The main difference between Minerva and traditional schools is the formation of thinking. They are sure that every person should learn throughout all his life, work on problems, and always find a new, better approach. As a result, after graduation, their students know how to approach any problem, correctly analyze it, and find critical solutions. In general, the educational system is arranged so that people don't need to think much, but just need to learn, not to make mistakes. This is the fact that existing educational system teaches us to be afraid to study, to be afraid to make mistakes, to be afraid to do something wrong, different than the rest. Obviously, it's a terrible flaw. You can spend years of education and training and never learn about the ability to manage your mind, the most powerful tool that everyone has. Today, companies, while interviewing job seekers, are not really worried about the candidate's technical or domain depth. They know that they can teach them the most exotic technology, but they also know that soft skills are the hardest to provide. I found out about soft skills by accident. Now I'm finishing secondary school, but half a year ago I knew what to prepare for, and my mother helped me to choose a place for study. I learned more information about it, had language courses for a long time, and one moment everything collapsed. Later, we were invited to an event that was related to education and self-development. I didn't expect anything unusual, but people there talked about real life. They somehow opened the curtain of how the world works. What are the trends in education and work now, and how to choose a dream profession? If we talk about me and who I want to become, I'll say that I've never been completely sure of it. I'm interested in many things, but not all of them can become my job for income, or I just can imagine myself in this profession. For example, the main part of my mother's work takes place in the office. And I understand that this is a hard work, and it requires a lot of time and health. You should always be ready to receive a call even in non-working hours. And it always seemed to me that I want to become someone special. What kind of job could give me inspiration and strength to continue to do what I do? As it turned out, people at the conference were great professionals and practitioners. And many professions which I spoke about were new to me, and the topic of important skills somehow came up there. I have never heard of this before, but it turns out that all of these areas in which I was interested in being related to soft skills. I realized that in order to become a necessary, important, and effective person, I need to learn this. So I set myself the goal of doing small steps for my development every day. You'll probably ask me a question: what will the possession of soft skills lead to? Let's imagine that you opened your business, whether it is a coffee shop or an online store. The first thing you need is creativity. It's an ability to come up with something that will distinguish you from others. Create an unusual concept, and it is the possibility to quickly react and solve the problem in an unusual way. Further, effective communication. It's an opportunity to understand people, convey their thoughts correctly, and be able to convince. At first, you should start with your own development program, necessary steps and activities to achieve goal and learn new skills. Goal needs to be written down in a notebook, on a phone, on a piece of paper. It must be in close proximity. The thought that remains in your dream, in your head, just a dream. It doesn't have accuracy. Then all your recorded development programs must have a deadline of a month, 6 months, or a year. Look at on your development as an investment on your future goals in life, business, or career. You need to pick out several tasks, for example 5. Think about what you will need now and what is possible to learn later. Then ask yourself 3 of the most important questions: what you will develop, how will you develop it, and what possible problems could be along the way. One more important and very effective way is always look for people who can teach you something new. It could be your parents, coaches, or even people who don't know about your existence. Famous people or celebrities. Observe them, adopt their behavior patterns, study their history, their ups and downs, their success and mistakes. Improve your skills based on how they use their own. It would be better to work with more competent colleagues and partners who possess those qualities and skills that you strive to develop in yourself. And of course, the important thing to achieve the goal is to use effort. Jump at every opportunity of testing your communication and soft skills, be it in a school or a class or a college or an informal group of friends. Clubs and meetup groups that give you chances to step in front of audience and develop your confidence. It is only when you speak in different situations among different kinds of audiences that you can flex your range of soft skills. The methods to improving our skills remain the same throughout our lives. The most important, you have to remember that your development is only your responsibility. And all the steps you are doing now influence your future success in many fields. Thank you.